Good. All right, you guys, I hope you are all having a great day. Go ahead and grab your mat and set it up. My name is Lana and welcome to Power Yoga. We were having a couple technical difficulties a couple minutes ago, but I think we got them all sorted out and now we are ready to start our practice. So whenever you are ready, you have your water, you have your mat, give yourself some room to move around, and then we are gonna meet laying down on our backs, curling the spine, coming down. If it's comfortable, you can extend your legs here, or if you'd like, you can allow your knees to fall to the side and have the bottoms of the feet touching. You're just taking a few breaths, coming more in tune with the rise and fall of our chests. Maybe closing your eyes if it feels comfortable for you. And becoming more present in your body. On every inhale, trying to fill the belly, the lungs, and the ribs. And on every exhale, allowing the chest to fall completely. Taking a few more breaths here. Palms can be facing up to receive more energy, or facing down towards the ground to quiet the mind and bring the reflection inwards. Noticing any tension in your body here. And sending the breath towards those areas. On your next inhale, slowly bring the knees up so that they are facing towards the ceiling. Bottom of the feet are flat on the floor. And on your next exhale, bring your knees over to the right side, not worrying about that left hip, just allowing them to fall over. On the inhale, come back up through center, and exhale over to the left, letting them fall as far as is comfortable. And again, moving up through center, and back over to the right side, continuing this at your own breath pace. On the inhale, coming up, and on the exhale, moving the knees towards the side. Gently warming up the hips. Repeating this for 2 more breaths. And whenever you're done, coming back to a neutral position. On the inhale, bringing that right knee into the chest, and on the exhale, extending that left leg down. Pull that knee in, give it a little hug. And on the exhale, coming into a supine twist, bring that right leg over the midline, extending the arms out. Here, trying to keep that right shoulder on the mat. To deepen the stretch, you can bring your gaze over towards the right side of the room, gazing at those right fingertips. And releasing into this pose. Maybe closing your eyes again if that feels comfortable for you. Gently warming up the spine. We are here for 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, begin to pull that right knee back into the chest. Give it a little hug. And exhale, send it back down to the mat. On the inhale, same thing on the left side. Begin to pull that left knee into the chest, squeezing it in. And on the exhale, begin to bring it over the midline as you extend both arms out, coming into a supine twist. To deepen the stretch, again, you can bring your eyes over towards those left fingertips. On every exhale, allowing yourself to sink deeper into the mat. Again, bringing your awareness to the breath. Focusing on the inhale and the exhale. We are here for 2 more breaths. chest. Give it a squeeze, and then exhale, send it back down to the mat. We are going to be starting off our practice today with some glute activation. So staying here with legs extended on the mat, arms by our sides. On the next inhale, begin to squeeze the glutes to send the pelvis up. And exhale, release. Again, inhale, squeeze the glutes, thinking about sending the hips up towards the ceiling, but everything staying down on the mat. And exhale, release. One more time, inhale, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the cheeks. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Awesome job. On your next inhale, slide the heels up so that the feet are flat on the floor, knees are up towards the sky. We are going to come into some bridge poses again to warm up those glutes and those legs. So hands can be by your side. On your next inhale, squeeze the glutes to lift the hips up towards the sky, coming into our bridge pose. And exhale, gently release the hips back down to the mat. Again, inhale, squeeze, lift the hips. And exhale, release. Again, inhale, squeeze, lift the hips. And exhale, release. Awesome job. This time we are going to extend our right leg out, keeping that left foot on the mat. On the inhale, one-legged bridge, squeeze the cheeks to lift the hips. And exhale, release. Awesome. 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze to lift. And exhale, release. 1 more time. Inhale, squeeze, lift the hips. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release back down to the mat. Go ahead and slide that right knee up again so that the bottom of the foot is flat on the floor. And this time, extend the left. Take a breath. And on your next inhale, one-legged bridge. Inhale to squeeze and lift. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, squeeze, lift the hips up. And exhale, release. 1 more time. Inhale, squeeze, lift the hips, and keep holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Awesome. Slide that knee up. This time, pull both knees into the chest and just sway side to side, massaging that lower back. And whenever you're ready, gently begin to walk forward and back, rolling over the knees and coming into a tabletop position. Here we are going to find some dynamic cat-cows. So coming into a nice tabletop, spreading the fingers, shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. On the inhale, fill the belly, send the hips back, bring the gaze forward for our cow. On the exhale, round through the spine, release the neck, and press through the palms of the hands to find our high cat. And going through these poses dynamically, moving with the breath. Really doing what feels best for your body in this moment. Maybe adding in some circles with the spine. Or moving the hips over to the right and left. Really doing what feels best for you. On your next exhale, meeting in a neutral tabletop position with a neutral spine, we are going to come in to thread the needle to warm up the shoulders. On the inhale, reaching the right arm up. And exhale, thread that arm through, bring the right shoulder down to the mat. Inhale to lift the left arm up. Fingers can continue to reach up towards the sky, or they can wrap behind the back to come into a slight twist. We are here for 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, gently slide that left arm down and use it to press yourself back up, bringing the right arm up and then placing it back down on the mat. Finding your balance here. In that right hand on the inhale, reaching the left arm up, And threading the needle through on the left side, bringing that left shoulder down to the mat. Right arm reaches up and can stay there or can wrap behind the back, coming into a slight twist. We are here for 2 more breaths. On the exhale, release that right arm back down to the mat. Press yourself up, bringing the left arm up before placing it back down on the mat. Coming into a nice child's pose, go ahead and make your knees just a little bit wider. And on the exhale, send the hips back, bringing the forehead down to the mat. On every exhale, allowing yourself to sink a little bit deeper. Moving into some shoulder activation, press through the palms of the hands to bring the forearms up off the mat. Pressing into the palms, pressing into the shoulders. And on your next exhale, begin to walk your fingertips over towards the right side, reaching through the palms of the hands. On your next inhale, walking back through center and coming over to the left side. Again, reaching the forearms up off the mat, pressing through the palms of the hands, feeling the stretch in that side body. Moving with the breath, coming back through center. And this time pressing up into the fingertips, bringing the palms of the hands up off the mat to come into spider fingers. And on your next exhale, release the hands to come back into just a regular neutral child's pose. Take your last few nourishing warm-up breaths. And whenever you're ready, coming up slightly, tucking the toes and making our way into our first downward facing dog. Sending the hips up. Pressing through the palms of the hands, spreading the fingertips, looking back at our ankles, making sure we can see wrinkles, looking up at our wrists, making sure we can see wrinkles there as well, and just gently pedaling it out, finding our stability on the mat, pressing through the shoulders a little bit more and lifting the hips up just a little bit more. To activate those glutes even more, we are going to come into some child pose hovers. So on the exhale, gently begin to bend the knees, send the hips back like you were coming into child's pose. Hover above the mat and inhale back into that downward facing dog. Awesome job. We're going to do that 4 more times. On the exhale, bend the knees, send the hips back. And inhale, squeeze the glutes, come back into that downward facing dog. Exhale, bend the knees, send the hips back, hover. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, send the hips back. Exhale, downward facing dog. One last time, hover above the mat. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, back to downward facing dog. Awesome job. Keeping that stability here, begin to find some stillness and move the weight over into that left leg. Inhale, reach the right foot up, 3-legged dog. Take a breath here. And then whenever you're ready, begin to pull that knee into the chest and place it between the hands at the top of the mat. Nice long runner's lunge. Take that left hand and place it firmly next to the right foot. And on your next inhale, begin to twist towards the right side of the room, lifting that right arm up. Taking a few breaths here, squeezing that right hip to bring your hips back into alignment. On the next exhale, bringing the hand back down to frame the foot. You can release the back left knee onto the mat and inhale to reach the arms up. Awesome job. If you'd like, you can bring your arms out into cactus here, coming into a slight back bend. Gently sinking deeper into that front leg. We are here for 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, releasing the hands down and shifting the weight back, gently extending that front right leg, bringing the foot up off the mat, just balancing on that heel and stretching out that right hamstring. Taking 2 more breaths in this position, stretching as far as feels comfortable for you. Remember, we want to feel a little bit of discomfort in our tissues, but definitely not in our joints. So if you're feeling any discomfort here in the back of the knee, you can just bend it slightly. On your next exhale, bringing the weight back forward, placing your hands on the mat, popping that back left foot, and coming back to our downward facing dog. Walking it out here, finding that stability again. Gently finding that stillness, shifting some weight over into our right foot. Inhale, lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Whenever you're ready, begin to pull that knee into the chest and place it between your hands at the top of your mat. Firmly place that right hand down next to that left foot and inhale to reach up through into the left arm, reaching that left hand high and twisting towards the left side of the room. Remembering to breathe here, squeezing that left cheek to align the hips once again. On your next exhale, releasing that left hand back down to the mat, dropping the right knee. And on your next inhale, lifting up, coming into our assisted lunge. If you'd like to, you can open the arms out into cactus, coming into that slight back bend once again. And on every exhale, allowing yourself to sink deeper into this stretch. On your next exhale, bringing the hands back down to the mat and gently bringing the weight back to extend through that left leg, coming into a nice hamstring stretch. Again, going as deep here as is comfortable, not trying to overstretch, just trying to warm up those tissues. On your next exhale, bringing the weight forward once again, placing the hands firmly on the mat, popping those back right toes under and stepping back to that downward facing dog. Taking a few nourishing breaths here. And on the exhale, bending ankles, knees, and hips, begin to walk the hands back, coming into a nice forward fold. There can be a nice big bend in the knees here. Again, we are just warming up the body. It's definitely not a flexibility competition. We are trying to get that movement back. If you'd like to, you can take ragdoll here by grabbing opposite elbows and allowing yourself to sway side to side. On every exhale, allowing the upper body to sink even closer towards those legs. On your next exhale, releasing the hands down, and on the inhale, pressing through the feet, sweeping the arms up, bringing the hands over your chest, and releasing them down. Awesome job. We are going to move into some standing poses, so finding some space on your mat. We are first going to be moving into our tree pose. So putting more weight into the left leg, just begin to lift the right up off the mat. Find some balance and then go ahead and place that leg. For tree, it can be popped down on the shin, below the knee on the shin, or up above the knee on the thigh, whatever is most comfortable for you. Just trying to find your balance here. Inhale, arms can come up and rest over your chest, or they can be out in cactus. Finding some stability here. Finding some stillness. Continuing to move with the breath. If you're comfortable, feel free to stay here. Or if you'd like to try to come into our eagle pose, you can do so by taking the leg and crossing the knee over the thigh and gently trying to wrap the bottom or the foot, the top of the foot, around the shin and calf. Nice. Arms can come up and in or spiral. And on the exhale, if it's comfortable, you can try to begin to bend down, finding a spot to focus on and breathing into this posture. On your next inhale, begin to extend up. Unwrap the arms, release the leg, and shake out that standing foot. Awesome job. Moving into some stability today. Sometimes it's being unbalanced that helps you find the balance. So I know I'm a little wobbly right now, and that really helps to allow me to focus. So just playing around with that. Moving on to the other side, putting more weight into the right leg, just lifting that left leg up. Find some balance, and then placing it on the standing leg wherever you did last time. Hands again can come to your chest, or they can be out in cactus. Just taking a few breaths here, trying to find some stability, maybe trying to find a spot to focus. Again, if you are comfortable in this position, feel free to stay here. If you'd like to try eagle, you can do so by taking the lifted left leg, crossing that thigh over the thigh of the standing leg, and then taking the top of that crossed leg and trying to wrap it around the calf of the standing leg. You can also go ahead and wrap your arms. Just try wrapping them the other way this time. I know you might have to wrap and then re-wrap to feel which way is the second way. And on the exhale, gently begin to send the hips back as we fold down into this pose, keeping the arms up, not allowing the upper body to shift forward, still trying to keep a nice straight spine. One more breath here. On the inhale, go ahead and extend up, unwrap, shake out that standing foot, and get ready for a couple more balance poses. Again, putting the weight into that left leg. Begin to lift the knee up. If it's comfortable, you can stay here, or if you'd like to, you can try extending that leg forward. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Awesome job. Go ahead and externally spiral that leg out. Take the ankle and place it over the standing thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, place them over your chest as you gently begin to send the hips back, squatting down into this pose. Keeping a nice flexed foot, again, keeping the spine straight. Trying to find some stability and stillness here. Again, trying to find a spot to focus on. We're here for 2 more breaths. Inhale, extend, bring that knee right back up. And exhale, extend that leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Set that down on the mat. Shake out that standing leg. And get ready for the same thing on the other side. This time I'm going to face the side so you can see it from that point of view. On the inhale, begin to lift that left knee up. And exhale, extend it forward. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Inner spiral that thigh. Bring the bent knees, ankle over the standing leg's thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands over your chest as you gently begin to sink back into this pose. Again, finding a spot to focus on. Not forgetting about our breath here. We are here for 2 more breaths. On the inhale, begin to extend back up. Release the hands by the side and extend that left leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Set it down. Really challenging my balance here today as well. Shake out those standing legs, and we are going to come into some chair and drinking bird exercises. So on the inhale, coming to the top of our mat, reaching our arms up. Exhale, sink down into chair, bend the knees, send the hips back. Using that glute activation on the inhale, extend back up. Keep the arms lifted. On the exhale, send the hips back, sink down into chair. This time adding in some drinking bird variations. Begin to sweep the arms back, come up onto the toes, keeping a nice straight spine for drinking bird. Exhale back to chair, send the arms up, send the heels down. And exhale, drinking bird. Send the heels up, reach the arms back. Nice. Exhale to chair, send the heels down, lift the arms up. This time coming into a twisted chair, we are going to bring our hands over our chest. Exhale, sink down a little deeper. Begin to twist towards the right side so the left elbow is facing down towards the ground. And exhale, come into this twist. Take that left elbow down to that right thigh. Look down at your knees. Make sure that the left leg isn't protruding a lot farther than the right. You can squeeze that right hip to even those out. Begin to hold this pose. We're here for 2 more breaths. You got this. On your next exhale, bring the hands back down to the chest. And on the inhale, squeeze the glute, extend back up. Awesome job. Take a breath. And whenever you're ready, coming back into that chair, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, send the hips back, bend the knees. Preparing to come into drinking bird. On the exhale, reach the arms back, come up onto the toes. And exhale to chair. Inhale, drinking bird, lift the heels up, sweep the arms back. And exhale to chair. Inhale, drinking bird, sweep the arms back, send the heels up. And exhale to chair. Awesome job. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit of a burn right now. Coming into that twist, bring the hands over the chest, twist towards the left side so the right elbow is reaching down towards the ground. Exhale, bring that right elbow down to that left thigh. Look down at your knees. Correct if one is protruding in front of the other. And sink into this twist. We are here for 2 more breaths. Almost there. All right, on the next inhale, bringing the body back up and extending. Awesome job. Shake it out. Shake out those legs. Maybe grab some water. Taking a little break here, shaking out whatever you need to shake out. Alrighty, so whenever we are all back on our mats, go ahead and jump or step your feet wide. Go ahead and come up onto the left toes and inner spiral that heel. And begin to take the right toes and turn them out towards the front of your mat. Nice. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink down into the front knee to come into our warrior 2. Twist the thoracic spine back and reach out and look over those front fingertips. Finding our stability here. Whenever you're ready, finding a peaceful warrior by bringing our left hand behind our back, reaching our right arm over, coming into a side stretch. Breathing into this pose, not forgetting to sink into that front leg. We are here for 2 more breaths. On the inhale, coming back up through center, and exhale, finding extended side angle, bringing the right forearm down to the right thigh, reaching the left arm over. Again, finding this nice side stretch. We are here for 2 more breaths. On the next inhale, press into the front leg to bring the upper body back up. This time we're going to drop our hands behind our back and interlock our fingertips, preparing to come into our humble warrior. On the exhale, begin to bring the upper body down towards that front right leg as we extend our arms up into the sky. Release the neck down and sink into this pose. We're not putting any of our weight onto that right leg. We are just coming right down next to it. This one's a little bit of a leg shaker. I can definitely feel my right leg shaking. We are here for 1 more breath. On the exhale, release the hands down towards the side or the back of the back. Inhale, squeeze the abdominal muscles to bring the upper body back up. Release the hands, extend that front right leg, and turn our toes towards the side of the mat. Awesome job. Coming into our goddess pose, we are going to turn our toes out towards the side of the room and exhale to sink down, bringing the hips down, tucking the tailbone in slightly, and just finding some stability and movement here. On the exhale, begin to bring the right shoulder forward. Inhale back up through center, and left shoulder forward. Inhale, center, right shoulder forward. Inhale, center, and left shoulder forward. Awesome. Back up through center, keeping those knees bent. Inhale, reach the arms up and bring them down over our chest. On the next inhale, we are going to be popping our heels up, preparing to come onto just our toes in a second. So starting with the right foot, inhale, lift the right heel up. And exhale, release back down. This time left foot, inhale, lift the left heel up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, right foot, heel up. Exhale, release. Inhale, left heel up. Release. And if you'd like to try this time, inhale, both heels up, balancing only on the fronts of our feet. And exhale, release. One more time, inhale, lift the heels. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Exhale, release. Bring the arms up, straighten the legs, starfish. Bring the hips from side to side, shake it out. Exhale, release the arms. Awesome job. This time we are going to come into a little sequence on our left side. So the right foot is already inner spiraled. We are going to bring our left toes towards the front, or I guess maybe the backs of our mats. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, bend the left knee to come into our warrior 2. Reach to the arms, gaze over those front left fingertips. And on every exhale, allow yourself to sink deeper into this pose. Bringing our hips back into alignment. Don't forget to squeeze that back right glute. Really focusing on our glute activation today. Really trying to keep our pelvis aligned. On your next exhale, moving into our peaceful warrior. Left arm behind our back, right arm reaches over. Nice side body stretch here, gazing up at those left fingertips. Not forgetting to sink down into that front leg. On the exhale, moving back, our inhale moving back up through center. Exhale, coming into our extended side angle. Left forearm to left thigh, reaching the right arm over. Again, moving into a nice side body stretch. Gaze can be up at those right fingertips. Trying to twist the chest open, reaching up through that right arm. Awesome job. On the inhale, moving back up through center. This time preparing for humble warrior, bring our hands behind our back and interlocking our fingertips. On the exhale, move the upper body down towards that left leg. Release the neck, release the head, reach up through the arms. Not resting on that left leg here, really squeezing the thigh, squeezing the glutes to support yourself. On the next inhale, Release the arms, slightly squeeze the abs to pull yourself back up. Awesome job. This time moving towards the side of the room once again. This time toes pointing out in front of you. On the inhale, reaching the arms up, and exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, bringing the hands down as far as is comfortable, releasing the neck, allowing the head to fall, and on every exhale, allowing yourself to sink a little bit closer down towards the floor. Moving into some twists, begin to walk yourself over to the right leg, taking the left arm and wrapping it around the ankle. On the inhale, begin to lift the right arm up, coming into a slight twist. Gaze can be up at those fingertips or out towards the side of the room, whatever is most comfortable for your neck. On your next exhale, moving back through center, and inhale over to the left side, taking that right hand, wrapping it around the left ankle and reaching that left arm up, coming into that twist. Gently taking breaths here, gently reaching closer to that left leg. On the next exhale, bringing our hands back to center, and just taking a few more breaths here in this forward fold. On your next inhale, bringing your hands up to your waist and gently hinging at the hips to pull the upper body back up. Awesome job. Coming to the front of our mat, we are going to be moving down towards the ground through a sun sal B. So feet about hip length apart. On the inhale, begin to reach the arms up as we sit down into a chair pose. We're almost done with those, I promise. On the exhale, hands to the chest, forward fold, hinging at the hips. You can release the hands down to the mat. And on your next inhale, begin to come up halfway, flat back, hands to the shins. On the exhale, palm of the floor, begin to stack back. And chaturanga, bring the chest to the floor and move into whatever cobra variation is feeling best for you today. And on the exhale, meeting in our downward facing dog. Finding our stability here once again. We are going to be here for about 5 breaths, so if you'd like to, you can go ahead and take a child's pose. You can grab some water, do whatever is feeling best for you right here in this moment. Meeting back in that downward facing dog if you were not there already. Putting more weight into the left leg. On the inhale, reach the right foot up, 3-legged dog. On the exhale, you can stack the hips, open the knee up to the right side of the room as you bend that right knee. Just taking a breath here, feeling that nice hip stretch. On the exhale, extend that leg up once again. And on the inhale, begin to pull the knee into the chest and hold it there. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, 3-legged dog. One more time. Exhale, knee to chest. And hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3-legged dog. And place that leg back down on the mat. Walk it out. Finding our stability once again and putting more weight into the right foot. Inhale the left leg, 3-legged dog. Stack the hips, bend the left knee, open up to the left side of the room. And take a breath. On the exhale, straighten that leg out. And inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Inhale, knee to chest. This time holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Three-legged dog. And place the leg back down on the mat. Find our stability. And on the exhale, begin to walk the hands out, coming into a plank. Awesome. If you are comfortable, feel free to stay here. Or if you'd like to come into a side plank, you can do so by pressing more into the right hand, twisting over to the left side, reaching that left arm up. Some variations here are going to be dropping that bottom knee, or a progression, if you'd like, is going to be lifting that top leg up. I'm just going to stick with the nice neutral one for today, but you do whatever feels best for your body right now. Holding here for 2 more breaths. And exhale, bringing the left hand back down. Taking a breath here in this neutral plank. And moving over, putting more weight into the left hand. Reaching over towards the right side. Reaching that right arm up. Maybe taking that regression or that progression, whatever feels best for you today. And on your next exhale, coming back down to our neutral plank. Go ahead and drop the knees, coming into a tabletop. And we are going to be moving into some bird dogs. So putting more weight into our left hand, begin to bring the left foot back. On the inhale, begin to reach the right arm up as well. And squeeze that left glute to lift the left foot up. If you're comfortable, you can feel free to stay here. Or you can take some dynamic crunches by bringing the right elbow in as well as the left leg, touching elbow to knee and extending back out. Again, inhale, elbow to knee, exhale, extend. Inhale, elbow to knee, exhale, extend. Inhale, elbow to knee, exhale, extend. One more time, inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, extend, holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Drop the hand, drop the knee. Maybe send the hips from side to side. If your shoulders need a little break, you can come walk back and sit on your knees for a second. Maybe stretch those shoulders out. Maybe rotate the wrist. Stretch the wrists out a little bit by placing the tops of the hands on the mat. Nice. And whenever you're ready, walking back out to that tabletop, preparing for bird dog on the other side. So putting more weight into the right hand, bringing the back right leg back, still balancing on the toes. On the inhale, lifting the left arm forward and squeezing that back right glute to lift the leg up. Dorsiflexing the foot. And whenever you're ready, coming into those dynamic crunches by bringing the elbow to the knee and extending out. Inhale, elbow, knee. Exhale, extend. Inhale, elbow, knee. Exhale, extend. Inhale, elbow, knee. Exhale, extend. One more time. Inhale, elbow, knee. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, extend. Begin to bring the left hand down as well as the right knee. Sending the hips from side to side. Awesome job. Whenever you're ready, on an inhale, pressing back up into our downward facing dog, tucking the toes under. Taking a breath, putting more weight into the left leg. Inhale, lift the right knee up. And pull that leg into our chest, placing it at the edge of our mat. So the right foot is going to be at the edge of the mat. The left and right hand are going to be on the inside of that foot. We are coming into our lizard pose. You can drop that back knee and find a nice stretch here, maybe coming down onto the forearms. Trying not to have that knee go out towards the side of the room, trying to keep a nice, tall, long leg. And just taking a few breaths here, feeling that nice stretch on the inner leg. We will be here for about 5 breaths. next inhale, beginning to walk back up through center and preparing to come into our pigeon pose. Begin to heel toe that right leg over across your mat. And on the exhale, begin to come down onto the forearms, releasing into this pose again, just like lizard. On every exhale, allowing yourself to sink deeper towards the mat. If it's comfortable, you can bring your forehead all the way down to the mat, or you can rest it on your forearms or maybe on a block if you have one nearby. Gently breathing into this pose. We will be here for about 5 more breaths. On your next inhale, gently beginning to walk back up so the palms of the hands are on the mat. Begin to tuck the back toes under to bring that back left knee up off the mat, and begin to pull the right knee in and back into our downward facing dog. Walk it out here, find that stability once again. Move more weight into the right leg and inhale to reach that left foot up, 3-legged dog. Inhale, pull that knee in and place it on the edge of our mat, preparing for lizard. Go ahead and drop that back right knee and maybe come down onto the forearms, releasing into this pose, doing whatever feels comfortable for you. If this is too intense, you can of course stay up on the palms of the hands. Taking those breaths, we are here for about 5 more breaths. On your next inhale, beginning to gently walk yourself back up. And on the exhale, heel toeing that foot over, coming into our pigeon pose. Releasing down to the mat once again. Releasing your neck. Bringing it back to the breath, maybe closing your eyes if you haven't already. Gently breathing here. We are here for about 5 more breaths. On your next inhale, gently pressing yourself back up. And we are going to be rolling onto our left hip, swinging the legs around to come into a nice seated position. And on your exhale, gently round through the spine to bring the back down to the mat. Knees still facing up, bottoms of the feet flat on the floor. And just gently wiggling your knees from side to side. Gently massaging the lower back and the tops of the hips. On your next inhale, meeting back at center and beginning to pull the knees into the chest. Gently rocking side to side, this time gently massaging the lumbar spine. Closing your eyes if it feels comfortable to you. Bringing our focus back to the breath. If you'd like, maybe coming into a happy baby, bringing the feet up, grabbing the big toe or the outside of the foot. Maybe adding that gentle rock back in. Stretching out whatever else you feel needs to be stretched before coming into our final resting pose of Shavasana. And on the next exhale, releasing the feet, bringing the hands down, extending the legs out on your mat, and releasing down into the mat on your next exhale. Before we find stillness, I'll be going through a few breathing exercises with you. So taking your right hand, place your palm over the belly. And just for the next few moments, acknowledge the gentle rise and fall of the belly. On your next exhale, release all the air. And inhale 1. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. Inhale 6. Exhale 6. Inhale 7. Exhale 7. Inhale 8. Exhale 8. Inhale 9. Exhale 9. Inhale 10. And exhale 10. Gently return to your own rhythmic breath. You can bring that right hand back to your side. And gently release into this posture. Begin to bring some gentle movement back into your bodies. Maybe wiggling the fingers or the toes. And inhale to reach the arms up overhead, stretching just like you do when you wake up in the morning. And on the exhale, begin to roll onto your favorite side, resting your head in your hands. Taking your final breaths of the practice. Thanking yourself for making time to come to your mat and for finding some movement. And whenever you're ready, on your next inhale, keeping the top leg heavy, gently begin to press yourself up into a seated position, bringing the head up last. Meeting on your mat, keeping the eyes soft, and on the next inhale, reaching the arms up, bringing the palms together, resting them over your third eye, and then bringing them down over your heart. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful and great rest of your week, and namaste. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me for Power Yoga. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. If you could, there's a little survey down in the comment section. below this video. And if you could fill that out, that would be super helpful for us. And I will see you all next time. Thanks so much.